Hello.
Hello. All right. Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to session 76 of our D&D campaign. Richard has taken over the responsibilities of streaming now, because fuck that shit. So, all right. So, yeah, let's get going if people are ready. Has everyone got drinks and
Yes,
snacks
I have
and
some Pepsi right
I
here.
do.
Very exciting.
Pepsi, Beppis?
Beppis. We actually do call it Beppis.
Yeah. All right. Brilliant. Well, I love that. Okay, so then in that case, let's begin with our campaign. So I have pressed start stream for everything. Yes, I have. Okay. All right. Then in that case, last we left off, the Clive Five had descended into the tunnels around Dormont to ascertain the truth of what happened to the Grace of the Crow. While you were down there, you were ambushed by these brainwashed monks, kinsmen from, from Mourners and Taman's order, and the who had been possessed by intellect devourers, who also sapped the intelligence of much of the party during the fight. So Chinook had to teleport back to Ersterwald in a tactical retreat, taking one of the monks that had been brainwashed with you. You then spent quite a horrifying moment of having to bring these people back, having to basically reset the brains of those people who had lost their intellect by killing them and bringing them back to life. That was fun.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. That's just a regular thing. It was basically like when they get the defibrillator out, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what they do. All right. So when you awakened one of these brainwashed monks, you talked with it and interrogated it for a while. You convinced it that you were actually its friends, and you learnt that the Elder Brain had sent a contingency of mind flayers to Dormont to prepare this sort of invasion ahead of the transportation of this Elder Brain to the city. You also discovered that the current location of the Elder Brain is deep in the Underdark, beneath the oceans, by the city of Herrenreich. And you were sort of talking a little bit about how you might be able to defeat the Elder Brain. But other than that, you are currently at Ersterwald. What would you like to do?
Go and kill the Elder Brain.
I think maybe a little strategy discussion first. I mean, there
yeah,
are
I
a few
mean, but
things afoot.
Go and then strategize.
Well, I suppose there are a few different things. There are still the children that could potentially be saved.
Yeah, the children could be saved, right? But do we need to just go in and grab them?
And we don't know what happens if we just kill the Elder Brain and they still have those tadpoles in their brains. Do the tadpoles go wild and just devour everything in sight? Do they just die off?
If we kill the Elder Brain, then there will be less people protecting the children, so we can go in there and heal them. Does healing them work? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If everyone was like, because it's in the adults that they don't have any brains, right? So if we went, there's no way we can get them back. So basically, everyone in there is gonna die, anyway. Or they're already dead. They don't really have a soul. It's just a husk with an intellect devourer inside, keeping them attached to the Elder Brain. And then all the kids in there. Yeah, it's worth. Then at least if the Elder Brain gets rid of all the adults, all the young people, then we can go in and rescue the kids without much of a, they're kids. One punch and they're down,
Well, I don't know. I mean, even if we, well, I have a few concerns. I mean, first of all, if we kill the Elder Brain, there's a good chance that it may not actually just kill off the intellect devourers. I mean, we essentially cut off the connection to the Elder Brain from the intellect devourer in one of your order that we just took out back and Lennied. But it stayed conscious. It knew what was going on. It seemed a bit odd. It didn't have its connection to the hive mind, but it was still conscious. And what happens to those tadpoles after their connection to the elder brain is gone, we simply do not know.
Do they just die? Maybe they don't die.
I mean,
I don't know, maybe they just connect to each other, or...
The hope is that they would just die, and harmlessly just die within the kids' brains, and they go back to normal.
Well, do we know? I don't really know how we find out more information about this.
Maybe we should have done this before we,
What?
before we destroyed our source of information.
Well, they didn't really want to tell us anymore, right?
Yeah,
I think
no, I
we
think
should
we thought that we had everything that we needed.
Yeah, well, I think that we should just go and kill the elder brain, right? Can't be that hard. Just a brain. Everyone has a brain, right? Well, I mean, most people have a brain, and all you do, I look at Roxanne and then turn back, and
What?
yeah, most people have a brain. So if you were going to, it's just a brain, right? Just a big brain. Just stab it and it'll die like a regular brain, unless it's special. I don't know. I don't really know that much about it.
I mean,
It's gonna have guards.
I mean, we've witnessed the power that a mind flare has. I can only assume that an elder brain would have significantly greater powers, right?
I mean, you say that we've witnessed the power of a mind flayer, but you just shot it with an arrow and it died very quickly. They didn't really seem that powerful to me.
I don't think it's so much the brain itself, but the things around it.
Did the mind flare that we fought before actually get off a mind blast?
No.
No, it didn't. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they seem pretty weak then. No problem.
I will cleave the brain in half.
May I just ask the question, are we even strong enough to take on such an aberration at this point in time? From my perspective, it could be untold mind flayers and intellect devourers underneath underneath the ocean in the area. Are you sure we can take this on?
Well, maybe if we all get those lead helmets like we had before, like that we've got the 3 of, then we could just wear them. I say helmets. I always think of the buckets like. And never mind. I forgot what I was saying.
I mean, yeah, I think
we
that is
could wear the lead helmets. And
I
then
think
we
that's
could all get some.
I think that's definitely a necessary preparation that we need to take.
Where would we find them? We only got 3. Could we cut them in half and shrink them? No, that wouldn't work. Or, I'm sure somebody in Darkbridge we could commission one, right? Go into the town and have a
I think so. Yeah, I think we should be able to get some made, whether that's in Darkbridge or VL or
Oristas or something.
Oristas or something.
We can't go to VL.
Oh, we can go to VL. We just can't go to the palace. Right?
Well,
Yeah, you're not banned from the city.
Oh, I thought we were. Okay.
Yeah, we just no longer have free reign to come and go as we please into the palace. I think it's more that I think it's less that we're outcast and more that our working relationship with Wolfram is no longer active.
Okay. Well, let's go into Darkbridge and get these lead helmets made, and then let's go to Oristas, and talk to, because we go through a portal, right? Is that a portal in Oristas or a portal in RVC going to the Underdark? That goes. Do we know if that's the same Underdark that's under the sea by Heronright?
The Underdark is massive.
Okay,
It's the size of. I mean, it as far as we know, it's the size of the same size as this continent. Maybe bigger. and it goes under the sea.
So then maybe we need to go to Heronright to find a portal. That would be
Rather
closer, right? I don't really know.
That'd be closer to the mind flayers.
I'm rather concerned that I might be fairly inoperable in the Underdark.
Why?
How so?
Well, my connection to the Tempest will be severely reduced. The lack of cloud is the first thing.
Can you just find a new god to pray to?
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Just temporarily.
Yeah, just temporarily. I can teach you about mine if you want.
It's quite okay. I'm a bit old for that, I think. But it would be interesting to potentially retrieve a certain hammer that might provide me with some power.
I don't know if we've got time.
Well,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we have the world exactly to wait for.
Yeah, and
dunno.
especially
It's hard to say, really. I mean, we don't know.
want the little kiddies to die.
We don't know on what timescales they're working.
uh,
I mean, there's the children in there. That, and by the sounds of it, they don't want to just kill them off. They want to slowly develop them
Oh,
into
they're
mind
trying
flayers.
to get into the mind of the is it Duke King of Dormont.
I know they said the royalty
Yes.
of Demont.
Yeah, the king of Varanor.
Okay, yeah, the king of
And-
Faranor.
yeah,
So,
that is
and that's
another-
what they're trying to do by getting them. Oh wait, no, didn't he get assassinated? Or there was an
So
assassination
the
attempt.
so the
Yes, I remember.
the bodies of those that gave themselves up, I believe they were to be executed, transported into some cemetery or morgue or what have you, that is close proximity to the royalty. And then the mind flayers were going. The intellect hours were to jump out of the heads and seek them out and take them over.
Well, let's go kill Elderbrain, so it stops from happening. It can't be that hard, right?
I mean, it's
You
not as
never
simple as
say
just to
that.
go
That's
kill the
a
elder brain.
terrible
though.
idea.
I mean,
Just a brain.
we need to get protections in place. We need to find out exactly where it is so we can actually go there.
Yeah, we need to get protections in place. And if we go to Herrenreich and just ask around, someone might know. Do you have a portal that goes there? What's the closest place we can get to?
I mean, no, we have a portal that goes to Thandir, not to under Herrenreich.
No, I meant.
Well, we can
where-
teleport to
where's the
Herrenreich
Where's
itself, but that doesn't
Herrenreich?
really give us much.
What's Herrenreich?
It's
just to
it's
catch
west
up,
of
is
Baratheon.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that we should go and get some helmets made. First off, let's walk to Darkbridge.
I mean, helmets for sure. But
Helmets
I think we
are
need
always
further,
good.
I think we need further protection. If they know we're coming and can prepare,
Scrimshaw wants protection for when we're coming.
if they know
Really,
that we're on our way, if they know that we're on our way and know our location, then I think our chances of surviving this are pretty low.
Well,
I
I've
think we
died.
need-
I've come to back. Why would they know where we are? Oh yeah,
I think we need to either have these amulets that Eren was going to make for us, or to potentially buy some scrolls to grant us inability to be scryed on or whatever else is the case.
Yeah, she did say she was gonna make them, and then she sort of just like went away and didn't make them for us.
I mean, presumably she was making them while she was away. It seemed like quite
she never
a
posted
quite a
them
difficult
back.
task. I mean, she's
How
on
to-
her way back.
So that's true. Oh,
There's
yeah.
also not like a cross-continental delivery thing,
Yeah.
generally.
Okay, so why don't we go to Oristas then? And then, well, we could go to Thandir and ask about. Is there a map?
Thandir?
Yeah, that's in the Underdark, right?
Oh yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I've got it. The spire. Yes. We need a piece of it.
What?
The Black Spire in Thandir. It was made using technology from the Elder Brain ship.
Oh.
So if we're
why
able
do
to
we-
get a piece of that, then we'd be able to teleport directly there.
Oh. Really? Wow.
That's
okay.
actually really fucking smart. Well done, Scrimshaw.
Okay. I don't understand how that works. Usually you need a circle. Explain this to me.
Chinook has more powerful teleportation than I do.
I go
Oh, what, like Aaron
zoomy zooms.
has.
Yes, like Aaron. He can go to
Okay.
places that there are no circles. Circles are more
So-
reliable, but
So this tower in Thandir, is it like a statue or is it like a big tower that we can just, take a crumb off of or something?
It's
Or
more
is
the
it-
technology that's in the tower.
Right, so we just need to have a bit of... Okay, yeah, well let's do that then.
okay. So let's get a list of things to do. So get some helmets. Get a piece of Elder Brain tech. Get amulets if Aaron has come back, or if not, then
May I just jump in? I think this is a terrible, terrible thing to be discussing this right now as we are. I feel like we're basically just telling the Elder Brain exactly what we plan to do. Can we please procure the amulet or some warding spells, and only then do we discuss this plan further?
that would make
do.
sense. Right.
Although we've all died now, right? So we wouldn't be likely to have... Okay, anyway, yeah, let's just
Yeah.
do the spell. Is
I
it,
mean, scrying still exists.
Yeah, what spell that Gideon used to know? What was that called? The anti-scrying one?
Well, it was what was it? It was Magic Room, not Magic Room. It was what was it called?
Magic circle.
No, I don't think it was Magic Circle. Unless it was, and I'm being crazy.
I think
It was the one
it
where you-
Mordenkainen's one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Mordenkainen was. It was like a box. Whatever it's called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it was a spell that basically made like a cube where we can be scryed on within it.
Private Sanctum.
That's the one.
Oh yeah, Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum. Chinook, do you have that spell? Zach?
No.
Well, I don't know the spell.
No, I don't have
Well,
access to
Maybe-
that.
Maybe what we should do is while we're away, we should commission someone to build a lead bunker in our house
Uh-huh.
and cover the walls with lead so that we can have meetings in there and no one will know.
Not a terrible idea.
Like a war room.
Yeah, like a war room.
A bit like the Justice League.
Big table.
Mm.
Yeah, big table, something fancy.
I have always
yeah,
wanted
so-
one of those tables. Maybe a big map in the middle. It doesn't need to be of anything useful. Just a big map with pins.
A big map of our house.
Why would you want that in your house? Table
And
with a
there's
map
there's
of
even a little picture of the map on the map,
the house. Yeah.
and then it.
We have a
Oh,
table
God.
with a map in our house.
Not of the
That's true.
house.
No,
No.
it's all-
I mean,
it's
if
just an
if you look close
table.
enough, maybe.
No, because it's not got Buckinghamshire. It doesn't matter.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that could be a fun idea. I don't really know whether is lead expensive. Is
Oh,
wearing a
I've
lead helmet
no
going to give
idea.
us lead poisoning?
What's
mean-
lead poisoning?
Um.
We make all our pipes with lead and all loads of stuff.
Knives,
Yeah, that-
forks.
We don't know yet.
Okay. Let's go to Darkbridge. See if we can find a blacksmith or someone to commission these helmets. Or would you rather? Do you think we've got more of a chance of getting it done in Oristas? They have more things going on there.
I'm fairly sure we've asked this question already, and I thought we decided it was best to go to somewhere like a large city.
Okay. Let's go to Oristas.
Well, before we go to Oristas, should we just message and see if Aaron's returned?
Okay.
If not, then there wouldn't be any sense in going there.
It's only been like a day since you last went, Taurus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
that's well, like it. Yeah. Also, it has only been a day. You know.
Or we
I
can go
don't
to
want to.
VL.
I
don't
think we should
wanna
give it. I'm pretty sure I asked. We asked about the hats in Oristas last time. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
it's just that, if the king has been overtaken by a mind flayer or an intellect devourer like we were thinking, or maybe we thought about, then surely going to Oristas would be better because there'll be people spying on us if we go to VL, watching what we do.
Balron.
I'm also curious to find out if, like, how the execution went. Like what, if
Well, why
if
don't you try and
Wolfram isn't...
message Merith? See if she answers.
I mean, that wouldn't be for me to do.
Well, who has met Merith and knows not message spell, what's it called? Messages
Sending.
can't-
Sending.
Sending,
Sending.
thank you. Yeah, does anyone here know the sending spell? They could just send to Merith and see if she answers, and then if she answers, we know that they didn't execute her.
Sorry, hang on.
Kira knows sending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, but I don't have it prepared today, so.
Okay, well, maybe tomorrow we could try that. I don't think we should go back to VL until we've killed the Elder Brain. There's too much risk. There's too many people there, and there's a lot of... I feel like we'll just be watched wherever we go. We'll never be able to get privacy. And then if the Elder Brain sees that we're making lead helmets and stuff, they'll know that we're going to come for them or go back to the temple. So, yeah, just see.
Hmm. Well, I mean, we can go to Darkbridge and see. It's
Yeah, okay, let's go.
close by.
How long's the walk to Darkbridge? It's not long, is it?
Yeah, about half an hour.
Yeah, let's go to Darkbridge then and see if we can get these stuff commissioned.
Okay, so who's going? All of you?
Yeah, would I also be able to see a map of the house?
Yeah.
So I can decide where to put which room would be best. Thank you.
Where the war room
To-
should go.
Maybe the tower,
Oh wait, that's
that one, on the second floor.
a bit small.
Oh, this room. This one already looks like a war room. I thought a basement sounded cooler, but
I think maybe this one because it could fit a bigger table in the center.
okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. It's
So,
just-
FYI, this room is actually like a sort of
Yeah.
balcony that looks over the living room.
Oh,
so it's
maybe
actually
not.
a room.
Oh right, I was gonna say
So
we'd
it's-
have to block off
yeah.
the chimney, and then we wouldn't be able to light a fire downstairs. Okay, yeah. Let's
So
do
there's a bit of space there.
the tower then. This one.
Sure.
'Cause this is where the teleportation circle is on the first floor, right? And then the tower, second floor room. It's like out of the way a bit as well.
Yeah, there is also a basement, but that's got like. I think actually, if I remember correctly, this here is Gothric's forge.
Oh, I thought the teleportation circles.
No, the teleportation circle's in the basement. I haven't got a bit.
Is his forge inside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So teleportation, is that Clive?
No, there's the basement isn't on this map, but there's like a square basement.
Okay. In that case, we can't let up the teleportation circle because otherwise we won't be able to teleport. Also, Clive is looking very handsome. Yeah, I think this room here would be a good room. Just because it's sort of out of the way, isn't it? Originally, they said that was Gideon's bedroom, but he's not here anymore, so fine. Because it was the most wizard towery room. Yeah, let's do that room. And then, yeah. We'll see if we can find someone in town, and if not, we can ask Halcyon to sort it out for us.
Okay, so you all begin walking down the road to Darkbridge. It's quite a lovely day. The sun is out. The birds are tweeting as you make your way into the town. It's quite sleepy today. People obviously there's not much tourism really in Darkbridge, and there's not really many people that come here without like having a purpose to be here. So most of the people are locals. But either way, you find a local blacksmith who's hammering away at an anvil. Looks up as you approach, the sort of like older burly guy. He looks up and goes, "What do you need?"
Hi. We are looking for. We need. Oh wait, hold on. How many helmets? 1, 2, 3.
Another
we need
two, I
3
believe.
helmets made.
Do we
No.
not have 3?
Yeah, but Hammond as well.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, we need 3 helmets. Lead-lined helmets.
Lead lined.
Mhm.
That's more expensive.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be. How much would that be, and how long would it take you, kind sir?
Well, I could refit one of my my currently going helmets. It might be a bit cheaper than making a whole one new for you.
Yeah, sounds good. As long as it's completely lead-lined.
Yeah, I mean, how thick?
Can I take out the one that we have and say just like this?
Okay. He gives it a look up and down. He says, "I could do it for about probably 40 gold
Per one or for 3?
for 3."
Oh yeah, sure.
Very reasonable.
And while we're talking about lead stuff, we would be interested in one of our rooms in our house being lead-lined. I
Lead
would
line.
like you, yeah, I'd like you to work on the project for us. With obviously you can get team people to do it. I don't really care how you do it. Just want it done.
Or if you know anyone, if there's anyone you could recommend locally.
Do you know the sizing for the room?
Yes, it is. A 2, 3 hexagonal room. Is it? Yeah. No, octagonal room. And it's about 20 foot by 20 foot.
Right. Let me just use some maths on that. That'll probably be about 320 gold for that room. From my
Cool.
estimates. Actually, well, no, 320 gold, that's for materials. And then, right, 576 probably with installation.
Okay, do you want half now and half when you're done?
Well, if I'm going to get all the materials, I'd rather have it all now.
I'm gonna look to the rest of the group. Yeah, all good with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
First, you don't have a choice.
so how much? So it's was it 40 gold for the helmets?
40 gold for the helmets and 576 for the installation of the lead lined.
Okay, how about we make it we go up to 650 and then you do it as quick as possible, make it your priority.
Yeah, very well.
You can hire extra
yeah,
for that.
I'll get my twin brother on it.
May I just add a quick little proviso to one of the helmets? You see, my head isn't particularly human. Would you be able to help an old dragonborn out and allow it to fit across his head?
Yeah, because you've all been so generous, I'll make it one size fits all.
It's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if we could just
Just
grab
don't think so much about how that's gonna fit. But
yeah, so it's the room. It's on the second floor of our house, right at the end of the corridor, and it's the hexagonal room. on the second floor.
Right, yeah. So you give him the details. He sends, he'll come back with you and he'll start work on it.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Yeah, I hope we get it done as quick as possible with that extra moolah. Bye.
Yeah, he goes out the back, and you hear some talking, and someone who looks exactly like him, like this burly, sort of bold guy with a mustache, comes out, and then he just gathers a few of his friends, and then they start walking up the street to
Takes a reservation out on a massive holiday for a year.
There is a forge there as well, I'm gonna say, so that if you need extra things, you can always use the forge in the house.
Brilliant. Yeah, they probably will use that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Halcyon what's going on as well,
Yeah,
so she knows.
Yeah, they start making plans to load up carts with sheets of lead.
Cool.
All right, so in that case, is there anything else you want to do whilst in Darkbridge?
Not that I can think of.
Just
You're
stock
back.
up on some.
I fixed the audio, guys, because I opened it
Yeah.
on Google
Oh.
Chrome and not Firefox.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Must just be having problems with Firefox then.
Cool. Yeah, and I might pop and get some rations while we're at it. Just in the town because I don't know. If
Might get some healing potions.
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like just a silver piece per ration.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Where does it say rations?
Yeah, I want to get
Um,
4 greater healing potions as well.
Okay, 4 greater healing potions. I think they're
How much would that
200
be?
each, if I recall correctly. Let me just check.
I'll just get 2 then.
150 each greater healing.
I'll get 2 of them as well.
I get two regular ones as well.
Okay, they're
I've got
50 each.
4 potions of healing in my bag.
How much did you say they were? Sorry?
150 for a greater.
Okay. Alright, yeah, sure. I'll get 2 of those then.
Okay. Roxanne, is there anything you want to do whilst you're in Darkbridge?
Not particularly at the moment.
Right. Well, in that case, Taman. Taman's just sort of looking around. You notice a few people just sort of like staring at her as she does not fit in as a drow in this sort of like human village. Few kids are like sort of like hiding behind carriages and stuff.
Racists.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be fair, how many of us do fit in?
Yeah, exactly. Like the freak show's turned up.
The Dragonborn, the Drow,
I'm an
the
expert
Warforged,
at
the
Yeah.
Goliath.
I'm a human.
The only one that really fits in is Mona.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And even
I really
she's
fit
probably
in. What can I say?
dressed weird or something. I don't know.
Holy.
Yeah. When the scene kid is the one who fits in the most.
I don't
right.
know. I think as a half-elf I would fit in quite well. Maybe.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the nobility. You do look quite noble. Okay, so in that case, yeah, is there anything else you wanted to do, anyone, or like, what's the plan?
Go see Clyde. And then
If
I guess.
if it's unlikely that we're going to see Eren soon, then it may be good to us to go and get some scrolls that may help us with not being scryed on or otherwise detected when we're down there.
We're putting a lot of faith in Darkbridge. We don't really... Like, what kind of town is Darkbridge? Is it like a kind of town where we would expect to see high-end magical things, or...
Not particularly. It's a fairly run-of-the-mill small town.
Yeah, I
Why'd
doubt
you
we'd
guys
find
bring
scrolls
potions
like
then?
that.
Could always go
Oh.
back to Lasenya and get some grenades.
Yeah.
Cyanak, would you, in your experience, Cyanak, Sean, wait, sorry, apologies.
Shunnock.
Cyanak, apologies. Would you have any idea where we could procure a gold or something to protect us, in your experience?
In a city.
I don't know if you know any particular places in your career.
Would I know, like, any that would specifically have these? I don't really...
Not really like
No.
in Ortheid. Maybe in the Feywilds.
Yeah, I don't really
further.
have much experience shopping here. I mean, I've got a magical flute that can take us to Feywild. I know we can get some things there. And
Sure, let's
I don't
go.
think...
No, I shouldn't have suggested that.
I think we should just go to Aristas and buy, right? Or we could just wait. I don't really know. So I'm confused of what the plan is. Why do we need to go get magic? Oh yeah, scrolls. So that must have been from Skrydon. I expect we could go to Oristas or Port Elron or somewhere. Would be a good place to go.
I've got the
Put her on
impression that Oristas was a little bit, how do I say, not particularly able to provide those types of services. Do
Well,
correct me
I
if I'm
suppose-
wrong.
I did not think that, but we can always just go. We go to Port Elron.
Port Elron, Port Elron.
Have
You
you ever
sure?
been there?
Thought most of
No,
Port
but I
Elron's
have
trade fell
heard of
apart.
you all. Would don't know if you'd be welcome in Port Daron is the thing. Didn't you have a bit of a big fight with one of their leaders or whatever?
No, that was VL.
Oh. No, I mean
I mean, it
Should
would
extra
also,
friends.
also Port Dalron,
Wait, what?
but different
Yeah.
kind of fight, more
You
of
know, big battle.
a head-on.
Yeah, but we killed them, so
Yeah, you're welcome, Darren.
we are welcome. Yeah, don't worry. We killed them, and then
Yeah.
one of our friends from a pub that we like took over.
Oh,
So-
maybe we can get a discount.
Gia Valier is the leader of Port Aron now.
Do you
Yeah.
usually allow
I forgot about that.
people that you meet in a pub to become leaders of
Mona
cities?
remembers.
He wasn't just a pub landlord.
No, he was
He was like a retired general,
Yeah,
basically.
that was like just something he was doing in his retirement.
Yeah.
Like,
And he kinda got
settled down to just own a pub.
And then he had to get called out to war again, and basically was like given a city because of his help.
I mean, this way he has control over several pubs, right?
Oh my god, he's like Weatherspoons.
Oh, Jesus.
Just without the Brexit.
Dio
Alright.
spoons.
Let's move on, shall we? So,
Yeah.
what did you
Let's-
wanna?
go to Port Daron
Why?
because we were gonna go and get some scrolls, right?
Oh, okay.
And I just feel like they have lots of stuff there, so we'll be able to find them there, right?
Yeah, there's a Lawmaster in Port Aron.
And there's
Yeah.
the Lawmaster in Port Daron who we could talk to.
There's a lawmaster in Port Daron.
And you know what else
Yeah.
there is? A library.
Yep.
Yeah, and
There's a library front.
maybe somebody could message Western and ask where they are, where the boat is, and if they're by Port Daron, we could see them.
Unfortunately, I never met this Western character.
Ah,
Is he friends with an Eastern, perhaps? Or a
Uh-huh.
Northern? Or a Southern?
I don't know. You should ask him. I'm sure he's never heard that joke before.
Easton's a place in Bristol.
Oh no, I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking. I've been drinking with people like that before. Very-
Oh.
Very strangely named.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Very strangely named. Right, let's go get some magical items. I mean, magic. So, what scrolls are we looking for?
I believe there's a spell called non-detection.
Okay. Well, that would help us not be detected. I'm very good at being not being detected already, though.
Well,
I don't think it's that kind of non-detection.
Okay.
Would I
cool.
know what the spell does at all? Or,
What level spell is that?
2.
Well,
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, hang on. I think I'm good at these. I should be. Hang on.
You have the beat DC
Cool.
12, so. Yeah, you know pretty well what it does. You've seen it around.
Cool. Yeah. I am not familiar with it myself. What does it do?
For the duration, you hide a target that you touch from divination magic. Target can be a willing creature or a place or an object no longer than 10 feet in any dimension. Target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying senses. So that's non-concentration, so you can just cast it on as many people as you have stuff for it. It's level 3 spell.
Oh, I
Non-detection.
thought it was 2.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
and a pinch of diamond dust worth 25 gold pieces, which the spell consumes.
See, I am worried that
It
if
lasts
we
for 8
spend too
hours as
much time, yeah, I am a bit worried that if we spend too much time, the Mind Flayers will infiltrate the royal family, and then when we go there, we'll be arrested and almost executed, or definitely executed.
What, in VL? Or
No,
Dormont?
no, Dormont.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I feel like we need to be quick, right?
Well, I mean, if the plan is, well, I feel like we never really
could.
decided. Do we think that we should be just heading?
I don't think. Here's the thing. Mind Flayer is always going to be watching us, right? The Elder Brain.
I mean, maybe
So
not
it's
anymore
always-
because since I died, then I've broken the link. Or maybe when they did the Great Restoration, broken the link. Not sure, but we've probably
It's a
broken the link.
giant brain. They probably have ways.
I mean, there's nothing that suggested that they've actually really scryed on you. Like, there's a psychic link, but you don't know how deep that goes.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is that I have dreams about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we should... I think we could go and talk to the Lawmaster in Port Daron and ask them what they know about Elder Brains. We could learn about what kind of damage they do, what sort of attacks they have, if they're gonna have, like, I don't know, where their house is. Where their
It's
house
a giant brain. I think they'll hurt our brains by association.
I mean, I know about beholders have big eyes. I've never seen one, but that's all I know. It's like a big floating eye.
You didn't
so
have to
it's
be
like-
held one.
Haha.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Bad. That's a bad joke.
So if we have
Yeah, what were you saying, Jen?
I was saying that we should go and talk to the Lawmaster in Port Daron and ask them what they know about Eldbrains, and then we can prepare better for their attacks for if we have to battle it. Because what I imagine is, I don't really know that much about beholders. But they're big floating eyes, and this is a big floating brain, right? So maybe they're going to be similar.
You would
floats.
know that the place that you're most likely to get any information about mind flayers is from a town that has dealt with mind flayers, which is Thandir. Like,
Yeah.
that's the place that they have experience fighting mind flayers because they kicked them out. The Lawmaster may know something about mind flayers, but it's probably just going to be myth.
Oh,
So-
okay. In that case, we should just go there for
Yeah.
scrolls if we're still getting scrolls.
Or
let's
could
go
we
back
go-
I mean, I suppose
To
they may have one
Thandir
in
for
Thandir,
scrolls.
right?
Yes.
There's.
Okay.
Sounds like there may be multiple things that we can do there.
Do you guys speak under common?
No, but I
Ah.
think some of the people that we came across knew common,
Well-
right? Oh no, that was just the.
What a coincidence!
Drow, right.
Because I know every language now because I'm very clever.
Oh.
Written.
Oh, good for you.
Wow, when did you get around
I
to
know.
that?
I'll get a notepad.
Okay, cool.
Only spoken. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is helpful to have you as a translator.
Yeah. I know.
Literally anyone. All right then. Chinook, could to save us on chalks and the like, could you do the honors?
You want me to teleport you?
Oh, FYI, you guys haven't had a long rest yet, I don't think.
It's time.
Just dying, not count.
No. So, do you want to go tomorrow
That's
morning?
the longest
Yeah.
rest.
We should, when did he say that the helmets are going to be ready?
Probably a few days.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Let's go to bed then, I guess.
Cool.
Okay, so you've had quite a busy day. You wake up the next morning more refreshed.
Yeah, I have 1 HP. Well,
Yeah, those of you who had been killed and brought back to life suddenly do feel a lot better than you. You basically got wrecked and then went, oh, let's go shopping.
I was fine. I had 121 health.
Nice.
That was all nice.
I was only down a couple of points of luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So the next day, the sun rises. The beautiful area around Erstelwalt is lush and green as the sort of well, as the trees are starting to turn a shade of like orange as autumn is rolling in, and the leaves are starting to fall onto the ground. But it's still a nice sunny day. It's not too cold. You wake up. Taman says, "So have you decided on going to Thandir?"
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna go stand there and ask them about how they dealt with their mind flayers, and then also we need to buy some more diamonds because we've run out now, right?
Mm.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I believe we split one of the large the large diamond into two.
So we still
I'm
have
pretty
one.
sure we still have one half left.
We
Yeah.
have one 500 gold piece diamond, so we need to go and get some more diamonds. Because what if someone just
Yes.
dies in battle? We don't need that much diamond for one person.
Yeah.
But if we're going to Thandir,
Yeah. Presumably we can
I'm
go
sure
down
there's still
there.
diamonds there, right? Or we could go to Darkbridge before we leave and grab some diamonds, or
I mean, it's underground. Surely they
Probably
mine
do have a
stuff,
lot of
right?
diamonds. Yeah, maybe we can get one for cheaper.
Is it
Although-
racist to assume that dwarves would be mining? Would have mined diamonds? Is that?
It's racist to call them dwarfs.
Are Dwagar not just a subrace of dwarf?
Well, you're going to ask them, aren't you?
Wow.
Isn't it kind of like just calling? Is it not just like kind of like calling an English like a white person a human?
No. White people aren't humans. All right, let's go. All right, let's move on.
Itchy.
So, okay. Well, Taman says that she's going to. She says maybe it might be best if I try and track down any remnants of Grace of the Crow. We might need to try and get as many people together as we can.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It's been a while since I've heard from anyone, so
More fists are better than less fists.
thank you for that really wise insight.
You're welcome.
What's your wisdom, Chinook?
My wisdom is 15.
Oh wow, that's a surprisingly high amount.
That's his dump stat.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, no, my dump stat strength was 11.
Second lowest.
So, Taman says
Three stats lower than
it,
that.
well, it makes sense if we are going to have to try and start the temple up again, that there's as many of us there as possible. I'm sure that people did get the message about to not return to the temple, so
Have you asked them to meet?
I have not asked them to meet anywhere. I've just told them to stay away.
Hmm.
I put out a general warning in my networks.
Would we be able to rely on the Grace of the Crow's support for our incursion into the Elder Brain's lair?
Well, yes, of course. But it might take time for me to try and find everyone.
Agreed. And Gira turns to Roxanne. Roxanne, I fear this is a rather large battle that we might have to face. Anyone from the Frostbleed clan be able to support our endeavor?
Oh,
They
what about
proved-
Adrian?
Same here.
Yeah, who's that? Well, we could always send word and ask. I don't know how quickly that's gonna get there, though.
Taman says, "Wait, you want to send a bunch of Goliaths into the Underdark?
Yeah, why not?
I
Sounds lovely.
fear that's not the territory for them."
Why? I'm a Goliath.
Well, you didn't do so well against the intellect arrows, did you?
Well, that's a bit mean. How about we make lead helmets for everyone?
I would note as well that unless we find someone else capable of teleporting, there's only so many of us that we can even bring. I mean, if it's there's 6 of us right here.
Maybe just ask for 1 or 2.
Well, I think I would rather have someone from the Grace of the Crow. It was simply a
Wow. Okay, fine. I won't even ask.
They do
What's
do
on
better.
there?
They do better in the dark. To be fair.
I also don't think you could bring
Yeah.
a big mammoth into the Underdark.
I also
Could
believe
that
the
be
Grace
one
of
of
the
the-
Crow.
You can
The,
certainly try.
the Grace of the Crow have much more of a stake in this conflict. I feel and have always understood that those who are in the most danger tend to fight the hardest to protect what they love and care about. I don't think the Goliaths would have much of a stake in this relative to someone like the Grace of the Crow. Children are being killed after all.
We may also need
Yeah,
a
yeah.
certain degree of subtlety.
Of course.
Yeah,
Naturally.
we don't do subtlety.
Yeah, the Goliaths seem to be more of a ride in
Shotgun
head
smash.
first, war horns, that kind of thing. Not
Rah!
sneaky make what's it called? Make haggis.
I think the word you're looking for is honorable warriors. That's 2 words.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Besides, we'd best let them recover strength just in case, we need them for big battle. Big battle.
See if there's any giants that want to come.
No.
Well, then it's
I'll put a
set.
mammoth down there, but we can fit a giant.
Well, then it's decided. I'll go collect as many of the monks as I can, and I will try and report back as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But you've got my sending stone, so you can contact us whenever you need.
Yes, that's my first port of call to try and find more sending zones for others.
You keep
Right.
safe.
Yes, you too. If anything happens to me, then well, look after this kid that you saved.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and Morna is.
Oh, that's a point. There's a child here. Should we go check?
Yeah,
Should we go check on her?
yeah,
Did
sure.
we kill the child? Just checking.
We revived
No,
her.
we revived her.
We
Okay.
did kill the
Time.
child, but then we brought her back to life.
Yeah, Scrimshaw killed the child.
We
I-
killed the child.
Scrimshaw killed the child with a cone of cold when he could have just moved the magic carpet out of the way.
Wow!
But anyway, we need to. Yeah, we'll just go and tell Halcyon that she'll be staying for a few days, and then she can tell her. We'll just tell her she can stay. And keep her safe here.
And should we also tell Halcyon not to put the child to work? She doesn't seem to be the most. I don't know what the term is. She seems to enjoy free labor. I don't know how she would feel about putting a child to work. It seems
Hey,
to
I
be-
resent that. Halcyon says. She comes out. She says,
Oh, you're here!
I think children shouldn't work. Actually.
Well, if she wants something to do, she can look after Clive. And then go and ride Clive. I don't know.
Some equine
maybe-
therapy
Yeah.
after what's presumably a very traumatic experience.
What was the kid's name again?
Rita and
Rita.
Rita and I are going to actually do some baking in a bit. So clear out of my kitchen.
Okay.
We're making cookies today.
Okay, great. Yeah, if she wants to, it'd be good if maybe while she's here, we've got a horse, so if she wants to learn how to ride, that's something she could do. But yeah, if you do take good care of her, I really appreciate that.
Yes, she will. She'll. Well, I mean, don't tell Taman, but she'll be looked after a lot better than she was at the temple.
Yeah, okay.
We're just going to step in between. We don't have to go into that right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't
We-
really get looked after at the temple. They put you in in the dark a lot, and you have to find your way back a lot.
That sounds like child
It's
cruelty.
pretty brutal.
Yeah!
It's quite
That-
quite
Are you
traumatizing.
okay, Warner?
Yeah, I mean,
what is-
I'm way stronger than some of those idiots.
That's not what I'm asking.
Are you
Fuck them, he
okay?
died. I'm the strongest.
I think that's all I need to know about how you feel about that.
Do you need a hug?
Do you need all of the hugs?
Okay, so Taman goes off and begins her journey, her adventure of trying to find out who from the Grace of the Crow has survived and who hasn't. Rita and Halcyon stay behind in the house. Are you heading to Thandir then? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay, so who's teleporting? Is that Chinook?
I
If you
do
would.
only have one 7th level spell slot, so if you guys are dead set on me doing it, sure.
I mean, it saves us 50 gold. Though I suppose you could bring us back if we don't intend to stay in Thandir overnight. That way we would have that higher level magic for longer.
Yeah, I think that might be a better idea.
Okay, in which
Save
case,
for emergencies.
yeah, in which case I shall do the circle myself.
Okay, so you begin the process of casting the teleportation circle. The one to Thandir is a little intricate and is sort of like a slightly different style than the ones you find in the overworld. Just over years of there being slightly different magical circles being developed. But you have teleported there before when you last went to Thandir. And suddenly, yeah, the magical circle shoots open, and you're ushered quickly through them. Just for a moment. Thank you. Yeah, and you're ushered just for a moment through the teleportation circle, and you appear on the other side in that large entrance hall where the big teleportation sort of portal thing in. Just a sec, sorry. Do you not like the eye chocolate there? All right. Okay. So you arrive in Thandir to a sort of bustling city. Where is it? The hollowed out cavern that hosts the city of Thandir glows a purple glow, which reflects off all the sharp granite angles of the buildings within. Denizens of the city, orcs, drow, dragar, ogres, and goblins, all bustle about, going on about their daily business, while you open out into the main square and the main street with all the sort of residential and shops in that sort of quite underdarky style. Of selling all sorts of strange, like bugs and insects to eat that are fried, like slimy, like bits of I don't know, like entrails that some people really like down here. You see a number of Dragar in the sort of main square handing out flyers, stood by this like large banner that reads something in Undercommon. Mona, can you read anything, or is it you can speak anything?
Oh, I was actually just looking this up. Let me have a look. Tongue of the Sun and Moon.
It's speaking, right? 'Cause
You can learn to touch the key of other minds so you understand all spoken languages. Any creature that can understand, yeah, a spoken language.
All right. So, does anyone read Undercommon? If not,
not me.
Someone just read it out loud.
yeah. If not, then yeah, you see it's this sort of like banner written in red writing on this like black background. You're not quite sure exactly what they're doing, but this old Dragar with this like long silvery beard and these like quite thick glasses that almost look like goggles stands atop this soapbox and is like talking, like lecturing almost to a large crowd in the main center of the square of around 200 Dragar. Otherwise, you see in the corners of the main square are a few drow guards who are just sort of watching and just like laughing amongst themselves, just like watching over. As a couple of Dragar like walk past and like spits on the ground by one of the guards. But you understand Undercommon, right? Being spoken. Okay,
Yeah.
So Morna, you can translate to everyone else, but you hear the person, this Dragar on this box. He's in the middle of this like long speech, and he says, "The Drow claim to be our saviors, but they freed us only because they had no other choice. They claim to care about us having a voice in the council, yet none of the Brotherhood have representation. They no longer have control over our minds or the numbers to scare us away from our destiny. Until we're given reparations, and those drow who benefited from our slavery are held to justice, then we no longer have a responsibility to play fair. Brothers, I say we march on the Black Spire, protest that which was used to oppress us. And the sort of crowd begins to cheer amongst themselves. You notice the crowd is mostly made of Dragar, but there are a couple of other people in there, as well as a few drow actually who have joined in. And the crowd begins to march up the main street, where the Black Spire lies at the other end, the sort of large angled tower of Darkstone, which is just looming oppressively over the city below. The crowd. There seems to be another group that's protesting by the Black Spire as well, which is a crowd about equal length, and this crowd is like growing bigger and bigger outside the gates of the Black Spire. Yeah, what you're looking around. Does anyone have any thing they want to
Yeah,
do?
maybe we should follow the crowd to the Black Spire. I don't want to be in the crowd.
What were they saying? Did you translate?
Yeah, I translated semi-well.
Seems the race relations aren't
sometimes-
as good as we hoped they would be.
Yeah, not the best translation because I get very wrapped up in what people are saying, so I forget to translate it, but I try my best.
Chinook's just kind of following the crowd, just kind of humming to himself, revolution, revolution.
Yeah, let's follow the crowd. We should follow the crowd, and then when we get there, we can break a bit off the tower off, right? Or find something from inside that looks elderbrainy, or I don't really know what.
Chinook's already gone.
Okay, well, I'll catch up with him.
Okay, so as you begin to approach the main entrance, you notice that this crowd is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting harder to push through. But as you get to the front of the crowd, you notice that there's a entire squad of Iron Guard from the Black Spire, who are made up of Dragar and Drow, who have made a wall of shields just outside the main entrance. And a drow captain exits the tower, looks around for a bit, talks to sort of another next in command nearby, and walks back in the tower, just surveying the crowd that's gathering. An onlooker by you, Mona, you overhear, as you can understand Undercommon, someone is whispering, "This crowd is getting bigger every day. One day Captain Iridor's going to start to get worried."
Oh, so I think this happens every day. They come down here every day.
Oh,
Interesting.
dedicated.
Yeah, how long do you think they're gonna last standing here? We could always just wait until they go and then go in the tower. What's actually at the top of the tower?
You went up. Oh, actually, you weren't up there before, were you?
No,
Oh
I think
yeah.
it was only Scrimshaw, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Scrimshaw's the only person from here that was actually up there.
Well, there were some Umber Hulks,
What are they?
creatures that can. They look at you and then you do weird stuff. But yeah, there's a throne room at the top. There's weird. It's hard to describe. I don't really have
What's
any
the
point of
person that-
comparison.
Oh, the ruler of Thandir, what's their name?
You mean Musai, who's the leader of the council now, but before it was Musai. It was the Emperor Under before, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Good.
Musai is the priestess, who's the priestess of the Prophet of all things, and is also the leader of the council.
Okay, cool. So we could go to the yeah, we just need to take something from the building, right?
Have you considered that maybe we should ask?
Yeah, well, we can ask. Yeah, okay, let's go and ask. They like us here, right? Scrimshaw, they like you. They like me. I've been
I
here
mean,
before once.
the
when we
Drow
speak
do,
for
I
our
think.
robot. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Let's just go. Once the crowd clears.
Yeah, we
can
should
just go.
probably wait until the crowd goes, because if it doesn't go our way, and they see us just calmly walking up there, they'll think that we're just friends. Or
Yeah,
whoever's
the,
protesting.
By the look, make a perception check. Two of you can. I don't
will
mind.
do one. Perception.
Okay. So Chinook, looking around, you notice there's signs that people have camped out here, and they've this is a crowd that a large percentage of is just staying out here, perhaps until this tension is resolved. Some people obviously are coming and going, but there's a large contingent of people that sort of are protesting the Black Spire and are just living here effectively. So it's almost like, outside the Houses of Parliament, there's all those people always in the in tents and stuff.
Right, if this crowd is unlikely to actually, it might thin, but if it's never likely to actually go, then perhaps we need to just ask to be let in.
Yeah, well, why don't you go and speak to one of the guards and not say it's you, and then ask go and speak to the...
Well, I don't speak the same language as them.
Well, just come with me, and I'll speak to them.
Okay.
Should I disguise? No, I can't. I do. No.
I mean, it's probably best if I look
Ignore
as
me.
I do, right?
Yeah.
That's probably that's if we have a ticket in, that's probably it.
I was more suggesting for the crowd.
Nah, they can hate us if they want to.
They can hate us if we want to.
I don't think that the Dwegar necessarily hate us. They just don't. They don't view us as like their saviors.
Yeah.
Which
Okay,
Also,
well-
if they see us walking in there and just being all happy-go-lucky, and just shaking hands and clapping each other's backs,
Hmm.
we might lose some very good friends.
Okay. Well, what do you suggest?
Is there maybe a back way in?
Scrimshaw?
I think it's a little risky if we try to sneak our way in.
Well,
There's
maybe they'll have
no
guards
way
there.
you can sneak in. Like, no chance. There's guards all around the place. There's only like 4 entrances into the Black Spire.
Is there an entrance that it doesn't have many people in front of it?
No, the Black Spire is in the center of this like large like sort of plaza, and there's like an entire ring of soldiers who are outside the entire tower.
Oh no, I just meant protesters. Is there any protesters? Because we can talk to the guards.
Yeah, there's protesters all around the tower, but like there's like a main group outside the main entrance. But
Okay.
there's like
Let's-
protesters that like straggle around the place.
All right, let's go to one of the side entrances and talk to the guards there.
Okay, so you make your way round. As you go up to the line of the Iron Guard who's there, one of them shouts, "No further!"
Okay. Hi. We're here to see. Oh God, what's her name? The High Priestess.
The
Please
high
try.
The High Priestess is not in the Black Spire. It has been evacuated for the safety of government officials.
Okay. In that case, where can we find her? I'm with Scrimshaw. I've been here. He's been here before. He helped with the Emperor Under situation. He's a good guy.
The priestess is in the temple of the Prophet.
Okay. Would we be allowed to just go in for a second into the spire?
Nobody military personnel in or out of the Black Spire.
Do we count as military personnel?
Captain Iridil's orders.
Do we count as military personnel?
No, not unless you get permission by Captain Iridil.
Okay, where is he?
Inside the tower.
Okay, let's go to him.
No.
Inside the tower.
Oh, inside the tower.
Yes, and
I thought you
until
said
I
by
see
the
something,
tower.
until I see something that has permission from Captain Iridil, I'm not letting you in or out.
But he's inside the tower.
Very well.
So how do we get permission from him if he's inside?
That's not my problem.
Can you go and get him for us, please?
Make a persuasion check.
Pretty please.
He says no.
Mona, how's it going? Are they gonna?
They're not gonna let us in. They don't remember you. We need permission from, the. Oh my God, what's his name?
They said Iridel a few times. Is that
Yeah.
is that a person?
Yeah, they need permission from Iridel, who is the general of the military.
Captain. He's the
Captain.
captain of the people of the Black Spire Guard.
Yeah, he's the captain of the guards, but they're inside. And we can't get permission from him unless we go inside, but we're not allowed inside. Catch 22, my friend.
Gira, did you see him, the man, when he came out?
Which man?
Is that a no?
No, because I mean, perfectly honest, I think we should go talk to the High Priestess. If anyone is going to have sway with the captain, it's her.
I would also back that up.
I apologize for our profuse behavior. I hope you understand. We wouldn't do it if it was the most utmost importance.
I relay this to the guard in Gira's old man accent.
The guard is just like stony faced. Like he's probably been out for a couple of days dealing with like protesters. Like he's not, yeah, he's not doing the best. But all right, then how about we take a break here?
Okay.
Sure.
All right,
Well,
Richard,
you
go
got
to
key
mute
boss.
this and
Yeah.
change the
Oh,
screen.
yes.
Wow, feels like a proper production.
Bye.
We're back. All right, so so nice not to have to deal with the stream and DM at the same time. It feels like a weight has been lifted.
And some
So
nice
we're
art
back.
here as well.
Yeah, so this is the only picture on Google Images I could find that vaguely represents Thandir.
That's exactly how I imagined it.
Yeah, yeah.
I imagined it more like skyscrapery.
Yeah, me too. I had like skyscrapers in mind.
I mean, these buildings are pretty big.
Hmm.
The Black Spire is like what, at least 150 feet high, I think. Like, yeah, but they're not like super massive buildings. But yeah, that just generally gives across the sort of drow architecture in the area. Anyway, so yeah, you were last. I think you were going to head over to the temple, weren't you, to see Musai?
Yep.
Okay, so leaving the main part of the protest, you see the Dwagar shouting and protesting and that sort of thing, and the guards steadfastly blocking their entrance into the Black Spire. There doesn't seem to be any violence. There's no pushing or anything. The guards are just staying put for now. But you make your way down the main street, the other direction, and further back into the Drow quarter of the city, where you notice that the guard presence seems to actually be quite high. They don't seem to want any undesirables harassing any of the Drow, I guess. But you make your way to the temple, where a few of the guards recognize at least you, Scrimshaw, and they wave you through. And you're led into the main section of the massive dome to the Prophet of all things. There's a few statues around. There's this sort of like large pillar in the center that has like all this undercommon-y writing on it, with like sort of prayers and whatever to the Prophet. And as you're sort of waiting around in the main hall, Musai appears and says, Scrimshaw and Mona, you've returned.
Hello.
Well, welcome back. I was not made aware of your return. I would have met you if I had been.
Oh, well, I suppose we didn't really send word ahead or anything of that sort.
It's okay. It's just been
Yeah, it seems a little
stressful.
a little chaotic at the moment.
It's the
Tense.
Brotherhood. Yeah, the Brotherhood of Justice. They've been protesting the council every
Brotherhood
day.
of Justice.
Yes, the Dragar radicals. They've been protesting the council every day for a couple of weeks now. Their radical beliefs are spreading like wildfire among the Dragar. Dangerous ideas.
What radical beliefs are they?
Yeah.
They wish the council be disbanded, and for Dwagar neighborhoods to be administered independently. In short, they don't want a united Thandir, which is dangerous. It will cause our city to crumble.
Why are they interested in succession? This is...
Well, from our perspective, they're just hijacking the peace process we've worked hard to accomplish after the fall of the Emperor Under. The Dwagar already have more representation in the council than many other races within Thandir. They clearly want nothing more than the dominance of the city and to hold us hostage.
Can I do like a? I mean, I feel like she's telling the truth, and like that's how she sees the story. But I don't. I feel like there's something missing.
Yeah, make a deception check. Yeah, she believes every word she says. You figure that this is just like an ideological opposition she has to them.
Sure.
And she says the thing about Thandir is it's a bastion of civilization across among a hostile underworld, you see, and every threat from within grows the chance of our city falling to the forces of chaos. We've been a city under control by evil forces for so long that the Dwagar now that they have freedom wish to be paid reparations in a way that means that they're now in charge.
Yeah, one of them did mention reparations. So, are they asking for gold or?
They're asking for the drow who they determined benefited from their slavery to be held accountable, which obviously is most of the drow in the city. Because in some way they did benefit from the Draegar's control.
And surely these Dwargar do deserve some of the things they want.
Well, me and my part of the reason why I developed the council was to give the Draegar a voice. We feel that lots of drow died in the conflict to free the Draegar from their slavery. We've worked against the Emperor Under, so we feel that they're asking for too much. We've done everything we need to do.
I feel this conflict isn't really our place to just butt in as outsiders.
If you did say, I mean, you did say that many of the drow benefited from their slavery, right?
Oh, yes, in the sense that we were the.
Then surely it shouldn't be. Then surely it shouldn't be the drow's place to decide when enough's enough.
The Draegar in the council are not the people that hold these opinions. The Brotherhood of Justice are a fringe organization who've radicalized many of the underclass.
And who decided who joined the council?
There are elections. After the Emperor Under fell, we held elections.
I feel this is not such a black and white issue that we could here come up with a solution for it today. And
I'm not asking for you.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not,
sorry,
I'm not asking.
I'm sorry. I'm more speaking to our group. I think we have a little bit of a tendency to show up. There's a problem, so we decide that we need to be the solution to it. But we're not politicians. I think we should probably at least somewhat stay out of this one.
Oh, if Gothric was still here, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a politician."
What's his foreign policy?
One interesting tidbit that I'm sure you're more than aware of. Gary kind of looks around a little bit, but he goes, from my very limited experience, an external enemy always helps to galvanize the people together. The Elderbrain and the Illithids are making moves.
Well, we know that, but the Brotherhood, they have a paranoia that the Drow will do everything they can to subjugate the Draegar once more. That is not our intention, but there is no way we can get them to see that. I understand. I look, trust me. I know that the Underdark is full of threats that would love to take over the city. It's not just the Mind Flayers. There's many. But I can't get that through to them. They won't even speak to any Drow. They refuse to hold negotiations.
I take it you're bringing this up because there's something you do want us to do, even if it's not solved the issue entirely.
Well, if you were offering.
Or perhaps we can broker an agreement. We are in need of a few items. If you agree to our demands, we will help you do something here.
It doesn't matter if I agree to them. It matters only if the Draegar do. And they might see you just as much as allies of the Drow as anyone else.
Well, that's just for them to decide, I suppose.
Either way, I don't know. It's been. What did you come here for, particularly?
Right. Well, so a couple of things. So first of all, we are looking for a subject matter expert on Mind Flayers, Elderbrains, that kind of culture, history, etc., etc.
Preferably how to kill one.
Secondly, we're looking to get to take with us a not a significant part, but just any piece of the original foundations of the Black Spire. So as we understand, there was it was formed out of a ship that crash landed. We need a piece of that ship.
I've heard the stories. Yes, the Prophet refuses to talk about the origins of the Mind Flayers, but I have heard stuff.
Does
I
anyone know
think
why that is? Or any
They have a-
leading theories, perhaps?
they have a joint entrance almost. They appeared on this realm at the same time.
Very interesting.
The mythos, the mythology is that the Prophet of all things was the force in opposition that landed here to work tirelessly to defeat the Mind Flayers.
But yet it won't speak of them.
No,
You'd
they
think if it was here to fight the Mind Flayers, then it would offer every bit of information it could.
Not exactly. You could say its fight is over, maybe in landing here and fighting against the Mind Flayers, it lost so much it desires not to have the Mind Flayers a part of its life anymore.
I do not know. These are all questions I have tried to glean from the prophets.
I've
But-
never met this prophet. What race is this creature?
The prophet is raceless. It is formless.
Oh, I'm curious. It is of this world, or sorry, it is not of this world, I assume.
No. It is from
You say
far
it's
away.
the prophet of all things.
Yes.
Does it really know everything? Like,
That is for the prophet to decide. The prophet claims to know the future.
right.
It does not claim it. It does know the future.
Hmm.
But this piece of the Black Spire you speak of, that can be arranged. Our scientists have tried to use that technology before, but it's difficult to wrap our heads around. The Emperor Under managed to maintain it for a while. Obviously, the Black Spire was used as a big relay to keep the Dragar under control. But ever since it was destroyed, it has been very difficult to try and work out how to repatch any of that technology. But you can take a look at this. It's all kept in the Black Spire, of course.
Yes, I mean, the piece that we get, should not correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't need to be like a functional piece of technology or anything. Just literally any material from that original ship.
Well, in that case, yes, I will sign off on whatever plans you have for that.
Okay. Do you know how we would actually go about that? We headed there earlier on, but with all the protests going on, getting in seemed to be a hard no.
Well, I will write a letter to Captain Iridel, and you just need to deliver it. She goes off to collect a piece of paper. As she goes off, a quite flustered drow sort of bursts in to the hall, and rushes up and walks over to Musai, who's just about to pop into like an office, and whispers to her, and she sort of like looks up and goes, "What? No. Tell them that they have to stay there. They can't leave." And then
Can I
okay.
make a perception check at all to see if I can hear what they're saying, or?
I mean, you are hearing what they're saying.
As in,
like the
what
whisper. The
specifically, they're
whispering.
whispering. Yeah.
Do you speak Undercommon?
I don't.
No.
Shit.
How can I?
Well, it's whispering, so no.
Oh, okay.
Like they were speaking very very quietly. Can you read lips?
You have to have the observant feat, right? I don't
Yeah.
think I've got that.
Okay, if you can't read lips, then no.
Oh no, I do have the observant feat, so I can read
Oh.
lips.
Okay, make a perception check. Okay, from what you can make out, when he was whispering to me, he whispered like into her ear on one side, and then like as he steps back a little bit, he like mouthed something else, and he mouthed the guard are leaving.
Oh. Oh no.
And then that was when Musai said, no, they have to stay. Send notice that they have to go. And the guy turns around and runs off. Then Musai turns around and says, I won't write the letter, we need to go now.
Okay,
Oh.
let's go.
Okay, so you begin to
There's
march.
something wrong.
Yeah, what's the matter?
Oh, all the guards are leaving.
Captain Iridil has given an order for the guards to leave. It says cites the growing crowd as a bit of a danger.
What, leave the Black Spire?
Yes, he's decided it's better to leave and give them the Black Spire than to start a fight that will lead into civil war.
Oh. Right.
But that is a stupid decision, which is why I'm marching over there now. And she clicks to a few guards, and a few guards begin to escort you down the city.
Well,
Wait.
this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, if things get violent here, do we just watch?
I mean,
Do
I
we
don't know.
intervene? Do we stay neutral?
We'll see how it goes. See
All
how
right,
it
so
progresses, see what happens.
So you're making your way back up the main part of the town, flanked by about 10 sort of Musai's temple guards, who are very well trained. They've got like this very flowing type of like scale mail that seems to like conform very very like flawlessly around their parts of their body, and they're carrying these like double-handed like sort of spears, like with like halberd heads on the end. But as you make your way over to the Black Spire, you see a few guards beginning to walk like through the crowd, and the crowd are just sort of like mumbling amongst themselves. There's a bit of scuffling on one side, but as you approach the main thing, Captain Iridel is coming out, like pushing through the crowd, as there's like a bunch of guards who are just like leaving, and the crowd haven't yet like began to move into the Black Spire, but they're like confused as to what's happening here. And Musai shouts over, Iridel, Captain Iridel, get over here. And the captain marches over and she says, why have you ordered them to leave? And he says, I am not. We have Dragar in the Iron Guard. At this point, I do not trust that they will. If the crowd decide to march on the Black Spire, then they will let them in probably. So I'm not going to start a war here. And Musai says, I order those guards back. And Captain Iridel sort of like strips off his badge and just throws it on the ground. He says, I will not kill Dragar civilians. And then marches off. A few of the guards march off as well. Yeah. Musai like turns around and says, oh, surrounded by idiots.
I smile awkwardly.
To be fair, I mean, I imagine, if it did come to it, if Dwagar ended up dead as a result, that probably would just bolster their cause.
And now they have control of the Black Spire. And she like points over, and a bunch of Dragar begin marching into the tower itself. And after a couple of minutes, they begin to like unfurl banners out of like some of the windows and stuff, and just like begin to just squat inside it.
It's a place. What's so important about the Black Spire anyway?
Well, it's the place that determined Dragar servitude for centuries. First under the Mind Flayers, and then under the Emperor Ender.
But then, why is it so bad they're there?
Because it's a win for their movement.
I mean, if on a symbolic level it is much more important to them than it is to the Drow, then perhaps.
Gira,
perhaps
from your
there's
passive insight, you notice that Musa is like fidgeting a little bit. Like,
is there some other reason that you need this?
the Black Spire holds many secrets, which, in the wrong hands, would not be good.
Sorry. You clearly have a history with our party, and we're only here to help. Is there honestly anything that you should be telling us about this?
Make a persuasion check. That's pretty good. She says, we found something in the Black Spire, and we don't know if those Drago will find it, but I do not want it to fall into the wrong hands.
What exactly is it? I must warn you, it's imperative we know.
It's an artifact from the days of the Mind Flayers. From the days of the Mind Flayers.
And do you know what would happen if the Dwagar got hold of it? I assume by your fidgeting, nothing good.
If they worked out how to use it, it could mean the death of a lot of people.
Kira kind of eyeballs the party while she says that. Just kind of like looks at them and kind of gives a look of like, we should probably do something about this.
She says, there's always a chance that they set it off accidentally, or it was put there by the Mind Flayers as they were losing control. They thought that if they could only set it off, it would reset the populace in this city, so they could then come back in and repopulate it.
Well, let's say, I think we have a bit of an issue here, and I think, quite frankly, the only way that this can end up working well is if you allow us in. If you show up with all your guards and all your soldiers and try to take it back by force, that'll be yet another win for their movement. They'll cite Drow oppression. If we go in there, and I dare say we would have more luck persuading them than perhaps Drow guards, perhaps we can find a way in there which doesn't involve death and bloodshed.
That's if they will talk to you at all. You can give it a try.
I'm very persuasive. Very, very persuasive.
Well, if you can, but if the Drago have crossed a line here, they are actively inciting rebellion.
If you tell us where this artifact is, perhaps we could retrieve it.
You'll have to get past them.
Oh, we can do that.
Well, where exactly is it in the building?
It's there is a sub-basement underneath the main staircase, but it requires. It has quite a obvious door, so.
And the door is locked. I dare say it would be that easy to say it would be unlocked.
Yes, I mean it requires a passcode, but
Do you know what that passcode is?
I will have to. Well, I mean Captain Iridel is the one who knew that. I will have to find people who've worked there.
Well, it sounds like the sooner the better before they manage to establish a foothold inside the Black Spire.
But they might not be able to get into that door either. So either way, if you wanted to talk to the I mean, were you planning on taking it by force or what?
I don't think that
so.
would. Taking it by force would only harm you and your arguments. I feel like taking it by force would just. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
once the
mentioned-
Draengar cotton onto the fact that there is something there, they will not let you take it back.
Perhaps, but at the very least, it'll stop them from triggering it accidentally. If we can sell it on being something incredibly dangerous.
You can give it a try. These Draengar want nothing but the blood of the Drow. In fact, so that's how I see it. They might decide to use this anyway, just out of spite.
Well, if they don't know it's there, if we're able to get to it, we don't exactly need to just walk out.
Okay. If you can, I'll have to track down Iridel. But what are you going to do in the meantime? I have no guarantees on how long that might be.
We have an errand or two to run.
Okay.
Right.
I
don't suppose you know a good local magic shop, somewhere that sells scrolls and the like?
Sure. There's a few on Market Row. Yeah. Yeah. There's a few. So if you just head down there.
All right, I will head there now.
Okay.
Good luck.
So Musai heads off. All right. So you head over to the magic shops. There's a few with like loads of undercommon names, but anyone who can read undercommon, which none of you can, so you don't know what they're called.
Can we just ask someone, like a random person?
Yeah, like this ogre who's walking past. You stop, and I assume Morna is talking. There's a few, like the Rune, the Spirit Walk, Embers and Ashes.
Well, I certainly don't have a preference. We'll just go to this one. And just kind of points at one that he assumes looks, I guess the outside looks kind of like...
Yeah,
you know,
there's this.
the ogre kind of pointed to it and was like, yeah, kind
There's
of...
this. Yeah, Embers and Ashes is quite a well lit establishment. Has books, scrolls. It's got this old like goblin who's just sat on a stool, just like reading a book. Looks up and
Yeah.
goes, "Ah, finally! Oh, I've only had 3 customers today. There's apparently some big thing going on, but no one wants to buy when there's things going on. You see what I
Well,
mean?"
we're here for some scrolls, right, Scrimshaw? What is it that you wanted?
Yes.
Right, right to business.
Yes. I would have thought that people in a protest might make use of spells. Pyrotechnics.
Only if
and
they
such.
plan on. Maybe pyrotechnics.
Yeah,
Not
it's
violence,
a peaceful
you know.
protest, right? You don't want to start bringing
Yeah.
spells into it.
I think that's
Yeah.
debatable.
So what was the spells that you want, Scrimshaw?
I believe there's a spell, non-detection.
Non-detection. Yeah.
The spell
Yes.
non-detection.
Okay.
Sorry,
Uh,
is he speaking? Is he speaking undercommon to Morna, or is he speaking?
No,
common?
he speaks like quite quite good comment actually.
Oh
Okay.
well, I'm not repeating everything.
To be fair, I don't actually know if you know what language someone is talking.
Oh.
Only that you understand it.
Yeah. I think it might be that
Mm.
kind of thing where, like, to you it just sounds like common.
Yeah. It's like the
No,
what's
the
it called?
earworm.
Yeah, the something fish, the Babel fish in
Yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he speaks pretty good common. He looks up and says, "Yeah, well, I haven't had a chance to speak common for a good few years now.
Well,
At least
today's
half
your lucky day.
Yeah, you're welcome, I guess.
Well, for that, because the only people I ever get to practice my common with are other goblins, and you know how goblins can be.
Do I?
Well, I just figure, I'm a goblin, so that's a term of phrase that I use quite often. But spell, yeah, non-detection. I've got a few of those. How many do you want?
They are.
Should we say? I suppose.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Okay, so maybe we get like 3 or 4.
10, I was going to say.
Well, we
Oh.
need at least one each, right?
And we don't know how long it's going to go on for.
How much is one scroll?
200 gold.
Jeez.
I think maybe if we get 2 each to be safe.
Hmm.
Okay. Can we grab 12? Do we need one for Talman?
I think so, yeah. Unless she has one. Does she have
No,
one of those amulets?
Taman has an amulet.
Oh yeah, she has an amulet. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for 12 then. No.
10. 10.
10. Yeah.
10. Whew.
Do you have 10?
I do have 10. Yes.
Do you do bulk discounts?
2,000 gold. No. I'm trying to make a living here.
Okay.
We're trying to make a saving.
This isn't the wholesalers of goblin spell scroll shops.
Do we need diamonds? Do we need the diamond dust for the scroll? Or does it...
I think it's
You need
included
diamond
in the
dust.
scroll, right?
I would like you to buy diamond dust if you would like some.
Does it not get included with the scroll to cast the spell?
I think technically.
Well, then maybe we should just do that, technically.
I do have other components if you
Bitch.
need them. I have 12. Name them. I have a few.
Yeah, okay. Well, but the diamond dust is included with the scrolls, right? Yeah, we do need some regular diamonds for reviving and stuff.
Oh yes, I infuse diamond dust into the ink when I write the scrolls.
Well, perfect. So, do you have any... That's pretty smart.
Well, is that how it's made?
Yeah. So do you have, just like regular diamonds?
Regular?
For vacation purposes.
Yeah, for
Oh.
reviving people.
I should somewhere around here. How many would you like?
4?
4. Woo.
That's payday.
For 300 gold diamonds.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh.
Oh my god.
What?
I think this is the right call.
We want as many diamonds as we can afford.
Okay, well, in that case, that's 3,200 gold pieces, please.
I'll give
you
you
don't have-
400.
You don't happen to store any, magical items, do you?
Magical items. I have magical items. I have enchanting capabilities. I can enchant things for you.
Well, I was curious if you had anything that could potentially shield our minds of the influence of... Kira kind of looks around and kind of goes quite close to the small goblin. Mind flayers.
Oh, you should be careful using that name around here. There's a lot of people live here and get very uppity about that sort of thing.
Why?
Wow.
Well, the mind players were in control.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Well, it was long before I.
The mind players.
Shush, the ankle biter is talking.
Hey, who are you calling ankle biter?
Oh, that's a bit racist, Gira.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gary, you can't go
Gira.
around saying stuff like
Gira,
that.
you can't say that.
In
No,
my
no,
day,
but-
in my day, it was perfectly reasonable. What are these kids these days?
Yes, well, we're clearly more enlightened these days.
Yeah, you
Well-
should listen to the weird-looking elf.
Yeah, Gira, your
Weird
day,
looking
your
drow.
day, Gira, your day is my day, and even I know that's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
God.
have to have some
Gira.
serious words with you after this, Gira.
You need
Well,
to check your privilege.
I never gave you my name. So, you know, take my name down, and you can come here anytime you like. I have the best deals on pretty much anything that you could ask for.
I heard that the rune was.
My name is
offering
Dring.
I was
Your
offering.
name is Drake.
Drake.
Dring.
Dring.
How do you spell that?
Like that.
Like this?
He he just is like a minor image. Minor illusion of like his name in bubble letters.
Then
It's
with
the-
some fireworks going off.
Boo, doo, doo, doo. That's dub horn, dub siren.
My friend Mr. Dring, we earlier on happened to hear that the rune and other magical scrolls at shops in the street were providing very competitive pricing for these types of wares.
Oh no, they're all rubbish.
Well, I didn't seem to get that impression.
Did you go to any of them?
Well, we hadn't had a look outside.
Well, something clearly drew you to my shop. You know, I think that's fate. It means that I was
think it-
fated to give the best deal to you.
I think it was proximity, but regardless, how should we split this cost up?
Well, hold on, Scripture. I'm not quite done with our purchases. You don't happen to, like I said, have like a ring or amulet, some kind of mind shielding? I assume that a place such as this would be well equipped to deal with those creatures.
I do have a particular ring that might help you with, let's say, with your intelligence around dealing with mind flayers.
Very well. May we see it?
Yes. I mean, I don't know why seeing it would help, but
Well, could you say a little more about it?
oh well, it's just I call it a ring of intellect.
What does it do? Does it make you more intelligent?
Yes.
Okay, how much is it?
How much more intellect, or how much?
Yeah, how much more? How both.
Let me just check my diary.
Okay.
I will sell it to you for the grand old price of 3,000 gold pieces.
But how much does it increase your intelligence by?
Oh, it makes you as smart as you can be minus 1/20th.
Right, interesting. So, do you have to attune to it?
What's that?
Do you have to attune to it?
You do, I'm afraid.
Okay. Does anyone have a spare attunement slot that would actually be useful for?
Well, I can, but I am already quite intelligent.
Alright. Jesus.
I say I'm
Toot your own horn there.
not
I
particularly.
don't know how to put I have 18
Do you have as high intelligence as you can go minus 2/20th or 1/10th?
Yes. Sagera, do you have a spare attunement slot?
Well, I believe I haven't attuned to anything of particular worth.
Oh wow. Well, if you're maybe lacking in intelligence, this could be the ring for you.
Well, it's very presumptuous of you.
Well, I said if.
Yes, I'm potentially lacking 9/20ths off my maximum capacity.
Wow, maybe if you get it, you'll stop being such a racist arsehole.
Yeah,
So-
Gira, you're racist.
I don't think there is. Is there such thing as a ring of wokeness?
Ring of wokeness.
We'll have to get a ring of cancelled if he carries on.
Nice.
Is that just ring of banishment?
Disintegration.
Okay. I mean, Gira has like quite a lot of platinum. It's got 475.
Oh, you could buy it with.
A lot of
With it.
We have that
platinum.
platinum. Yeah.
So if we banished him, would it all stay?
Yeah, I think Gira might do that. But I'm not sure. My challenge will be how the hell do I roleplay someone who's intelligent? I mean,
It's like
Yeah. I mean, I, a very socially awkward person, am playing a very high charisma character.
we can tell.
My bard in the
Shush.
game just plays, sings lots of hymns all the time, and that's how I do that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just play stupid characters. It's easier.
Yeah. Same, Alex.
screw, fucking screw, dude. Alright, well, I'll buy that as well. So I don't know what that does to the tech tool. I'm happy to solo buy that bit.
I can't remember how much you said now. Was it
3,250,
It is for
wasn't it?
you, so maybe you should solo that one.
I'll do it for 2,200.
The ring.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So
Okay,
that's
so how,
So the rest, I believe, would be 640 each
okay.
if we divide it evenly. If everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you accept platinum?
Do I?
Scripture. How much do I need to give?
640 gold.
Or 64
Or 64 platinum.
That's yes. Yeah, those ones. Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like he really wants those. So how much gold was it again?
Or
sorry?
128 electrum.
I
Well,
have
I don't take Electrum, I'm afraid. No one does these days. It's
So
like,
I-
it's like checks.
I hand-
600 what? Gold?
640 gold.
640 gold.
I hand during 314 platinum.
Thank you very much.
I had
No,
the gold
wait,
as well.
Roxon, that's a
Hand him
button.
the gold.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I get this confused.
that's lint.
No, no. It's
What,
not the
how-
same, isn't it?
How are you keeping all this gold in your belly button?
He's got
Look,
a big
it's
belly
just-
button.
it's-
Big belly button.
It's just, it's safe in there.
Very impressive.
It's like a
Hey, you've got a
roll of quarters. Just
You've got that great
Stuffed it.
axe in there as well.
That's where I store all my goods.
It's like the mask, yeah.
Roxon's
How long does it
handy
take to-
have a hole.
I feel like every character in D&D has trousers of holding.
Yeah. It seems like it, doesn't it? Let's just bring all our gold with us on
Yeah, it's
every
like,
adventure.
it's like, oh yeah, where are you carrying those like 3 sets of plate armor? In my satchel.
I'm carrying 3 moles on my back.
Where else would I be carrying?
Yeah, it's like you're basically just like a Final Fantasy character.
I remember my last character, Jeline, with her just collected everything.
Bag of everything.
Yeah.
It got so
Oh,
bad that I had
God.
to like invent an item that just stops you hoarding things. Alright, so yeah, so Dring takes all your money, giggles gleefully as he like runs it through his fingers. He says, well, if there's anything else you'd like, I have wares for you to buy.
Goblin has wares if you have coin.
Oh, what was the scroll called again? I'm just adding it to my inventory.
Non-detection.
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 So if everyone adds 2,
So, how are people with reading scrolls?
Why does it? Do you have to do it a special way?
Well, it helps.
Okay, well, how do you do it then?
I give classes on.
Right.
I
Oh,
take
yeah,
it
right.
they are
Oh,
expensive.
Kind of. I'm not falling for this again.
do I know if this is bullshit?
Make an Arcana check.
I do it too.
Sure.
Oh,
Kinda.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Uh, What's happening?
That was
What?
good.
Kira,
what?
where have you gone? I can't detect you.
Oh no, you're not supposed to just use them all up.
Happened?
That's really
That
expensive,
didn't go
Kira.
right.
God.
Oh,
That did not go right.
You're You're supposed to be more intelligent.
Oh no, he's gone completely.
Oh, I
Yeah.
put it as oh, that's why. Sorry, I've made a bit of a mistake
There's
in my
a
character
fucking
sheet.
macro.
So, so Gira, by the way, you're, with when you're attuned to the headband, to the ring, sorry, your intelligence is 19.
That's an up from 11.
Nice.
Basically, you can make someone who has a 20 intelligence more stupid by word. So you can use that as a weapon if you want.
How do I?
Ah,
why
yes,
can't I add
just-
anything?
Just put it, make them wear it, make them attuned to it, and then
Yeah.
they can get very slightly stupider.
There should be a spell where you can like make attunement go quicker. So you
How
can
long
like
does attunement take? Sorry.
it's like a short rest.
Maybe
Okay.
let Catnap do it.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, from what you can tell, you do know there's something about. Well, obviously you have to be able to like pass an Arcana check, you know, to cast the spell. Like, and the DC is 10 plus what the spell level is.
Oh, I didn't know that. Just cast it.
Yeah, I basically if you have proficiency in Arcana, I'll just let you not have to roll it at all.
Oh, okay.
So, for anyone who does,
I do.
Do you have to cast it on yourself,
Surprisingly,
or can you
no.
cast it on somebody else?
you can cast it on other people.
Okay, so
Yeah,
one
so-
person who can cast it on all of us.
Yeah, if Chinook and I do the casting, I think Chinook has proficiency, right? Yeah,
Cool.
proficiency in everything.
Yeah, because it's not like a spell that you're going to cast in combat. Like you can take more time on it,
Yeah.
read it properly, blah blah blah. If we're in combat, I'll make you do an Arcana check still.
Cool.
But I don't know why you'd want to be doing scroll and non-detection while in combat. Yeah. So all right then. In that case, is that what people wanted, or is there anything else people are interested in?
No, so for
I
me,
don't think there's
I think
else
anything
I'm
else I'd
interested in.
want is much more expensive than what I have.
Well, that makes sense. But it's very sad. You know, I don't know when the next person that's going to come through here is going to.
Oh no.
I hope that money we just provided you will tie you over for a little while.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go bust. No, I mean, I might go bust at some point. Especially if this sort of war breaks out, that might not be so great.
When they want to buy your scrolls for the war.
Well, they might just take it.
Oh, well.
That's always the risk that shopkeepers have.
Don't you have any
Bigger
spells or
conflict?
anything on the outside of your building that stops theft? Maybe you should get a rug of
Smothering?
No, don't take that.
smothering.
Or maybe-
I may already have one.
Oh.
or a
Or
few.
maybe the council or the drow establishment will just, prevent people from selling magical items until the war is over, or take it all for their soldiers.
Yeah, I think that I would rather sell all my stuff whilst I still have it than not have it and not be able to sell it.
That's
So-
fair.
That's very wise. I can tell you're a very smart businessman.
Well, I've been in business for a good half of my life, about 15 years.
You're 30.
All right, I didn't age very well, but I am a goblin.
Gobbo.
Do I know how
like,
fast
old.
goblins
I'm quite old
age?
for a goblin.
Yeah, what's a goblin lifespan?
Oh, in the wild or in captivity?
Both, I guess.
Make a nature roll.
Oh god.
Captivity. The answer to both of those is you have no clue. Your mind has been shattered by the fact that this goblin actually is only 30 years old.
Absolutely mind blowing.
I went to the Arcanum, No, it's- all right. So, yeah. So, okay. In that case, what else is there? Dring goes back to behind the desk and begins working on some scrolls. You see him mixing some diamond dust into a bit of ink. I've got some more scroll of non-detection to write.
Well, I suppose waiting on a word about that password.
Oh, Garrett, don't forget to put those diamonds in your bag. Oh, are we going 2 for Garrett and 2 to Chinook?
That's probably for the best, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right. A lot of diamonds have been bought recently.
I
Yeah.
wonder why.
Yeah. Should
Probably a
maybe
shortage.
think about adding an Erstwald diamond mine
Yeah.
sorted.
Yeah, that'd be
Get them
that'd be
at cost.
convenient. You could get some of the children that you save. to
If you
work
only
on them.
if you only spend like 100 gold mining it, does it still count as a 300 gold diamond?
I mean, the diamond has to be worth 300 gold.
Yeah. Yeah, the lives of
It'd be
those who
good
died
gold.
mining it are worth way less. All right. All right. So
Not in our mine.
after a few minutes, Musai comes back through, and you meet back up with her. She says, "I unfortunately couldn't find Captain Iridel, and a lot of the people who have worked there are not entirely able to be communicated with. And they've gone into hiding. They seem to think something's about to kick off."
Oh dear.
I mean, they are guards. If something does kick off, I assume they'll be the first targets.
Well, I feel that I might be one of the first targets, and I'm not the one hiding.
Yeah, that's true.
I welcome them to try me. If I get killed
Right.
standing up for the Drow, I will be a hero for time immemorial.
Are you capable of defending yourself?
Yes, I'm capable of defending myself. I have the Prophet on my side.
So you're gonna go
Not
into the
to-
tower?
One at a time, sorry. Joan?
Are we gonna go into the tower now, or are we just gonna? hang
Well,
out?
I weren't you suggesting that you wanted to have a meeting with them?
Yes, that might be a
I,
bit.
I feel that if you do not give that a try soon, the guards might start to formulate a plan on getting them out of there, or cutting off supplies to starve them out.
Yes, we should probably get there quickly.
Very well. I'll have my guards escort you. I'll be at the temple, overseeing things.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So some of the guards from Musai's detachment leads you into the main square, where the Black Spire is. You notice like there's been a bit of a barricade that has been starting to be built by a lot of the Dragar, who are just like taking bits and bobs of scrap like wood and like just bricks and stuff, and just building a wall around the tower, just so that they can just like keep an eye on people not coming too close. The entire base of the tower now has been like covered almost in like revolutionary slogans, banners for the Brotherhood that have just been sort of pushed over out the windows, and they just hang limply in the sort of stale cavern air. The detachment of guards, the Dragar, who have just like, you actually notice a few of the Iron Guard have joined the Dragar protesters and are standing on the barricades with them.
Is there any drow there, or is it just literally?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You don't seem to see any drow. You did see a couple of drow in the original crowd, but around, you can't see any. They might not just let any drow into the tower.
Should we approach?
Yeah, why don't we just go up and ask to come in? We could just say we're part of the rebellion, right?
I mean, we're coming out of the guard line.
What?
Coming out of the line of the guards, we're being led here by guards.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Also, yeah, the Drago know who you are.
Ask them.
I'm gonna walk up to the barricade.
Okay. One of the Dragar barks something in Undercommon at you.
I don't speak Undercommon. My friend Morna here does, though.
What did he say?
He was basically saying, "What's your business?"
What's our business? They want to know what we want. What should I say?
We just want to go in. We have business outside of this rebellion. We only desire to come in and use some of the tech and gather some of the the foundations of the tower for use elsewhere.
I'm gonna repeat that.
Okay. The guard immediately barks back. No one's allowed in. Dragar only.
Please. We'll be really quick.
No, like you can't persuade him. Like he's literally just been told to not let anyone but Dragar in.
We won't let anyone
Racist.
in apart from Dwagar. Can't we just find a Dwagar to get? We could.
Well, could we not try and turn ourselves and give ourselves the appearance of Dwager?
Yeah,
I
maybe you
can.
But I can't. Go on
I
then.
can't do that.
And one of the guard barks back down at you and says, "What's your business? Why are you here? Other than that, you've clearly come here for a purpose.
Yeah, we've come here to grab something from the. We need to get something from inside the tower.
So you work with the
We-
Drow.
No, it's unrelated to the Drow.
It is. If it's in that tower, it is not unrelated to the Drow.
It's related to the Mind Flayers.
Oh,
He looks down and says,
Did we hear what she's saying there? Because she's probably saying undercover.
"Nah, she said it in Undercommon. Unless Joanne's like translating what Mona says."
I'm
Also,
just
it sounds like it's
frustrated
going
they
really
won't let
well.
them.
They say, if you're not a follower of Brother Eric, Eric is that his name? Hang on, I'm just checking. No, it's Ekin. If you're not a follower of Brother Ekin, you can't come in.
We are followers. What? Who's? We
That's
can
all. That's
just.
an obvious lie.
No, yeah, no, I'm gonna say it. We'll become followers of him.
Uh,
Preaching
no,
and we'll
no,
become his followers.
Morna.
No, you can't. You
Mona.
can't hear what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
we have no idea what she's
Uh,
saying.
The Drow like laughs at you and just points out to a couple of the guards nearby and just says, "Yeah, right." And then as he says that, you hear like a sort of a voice from behind the guard, behind the Dragar, and the Dragar turns around and like immediately looks back around at you, kind of flustered and kind of embarrassed, and he says, "You can come in."
Oh, they said we're allowed in. I very smugly look at the Dwagar as we walk past.
Yeah, so you're sort of like led over the barricade, and there's a contingent of Dragar, sort of like militiamen almost, just wearing makeshift armor, having makeshift like weapons and bats and things with like spears. And at the front is the same old Dragar that you saw soapboxing before, like giving the speech, with those like really thick goggles. And his long beard, and he says in common, he says, "What business do you have? Are you here to help us in our struggle?"
Well, to be blunt, the struggle is fairly new to us. We only arrived here this morning, and kind of very quickly seen the resolve that the Dwagar seem to have about this struggle that you mentioned.
Well, we are taking back. We're taking back the building that was used to oppress us for so long. What is wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
We're not here to argue against that.
I know who you are. Yes. Yes, tales have been told about your selfless bravery to rescue us from our oppressors. And yet you happily work with the Drow who continue to oppress us.
Well, I mean,
I wasn't
the only
there.
time
but to
that
be
we have ever
fair-
worked with the Drow was to free you.
Yes, and will you work with us to free ourselves now?
Possibly. I mean, we're not particularly about a super violent revolution or anything like that, but
Have you seen?
For
there's-
yourself.
I mean,
Have you-
the protest outside did seem relatively.
Yeah, he laughs. He says,
on
"Have you
the-
seen anyone here being violent?"
No. Sorry. That probably sounded like an accusation, didn't it? My
Well,
apologies.
it
It was more a
many of
preemptive
us-
thing. You know, sometimes these things can escalate, and
yes, and
Yeah.
every time things have quote escalated, it is the guards who have been doing it to us. It is the Drow who have ordered many of us into executions
dear.
and being attacked in the streets. The Drow have not been hospitable to us. And we are finally speaking out and doing it peacefully. That is not allowed either. I figure that the reason that they let us in here in the first place is because they want to lock us in and burn the tower down and laugh whilst it's burning. But if that is what it takes for the Dragar to be free, then we will happily burn in the fires of martyrdom.
well, I mean, if I think if they did try and do that, then at that point we would definitely,
Yeah,
if we're in the
walks forward a
vicinity,
bit and
try and help prevent it.
kind of knocks his thingy into to Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw, maybe we should leave Shonak to deal with this one.
Maybe. Sorry, I do ramble a little. Chinook's a little more concise with his speech.
It is the prophet. That is what is causing the Drow to act the way they are. The prophet has never worked for our benefit. It has always worked for the Drow's benefit. It is not some divine figure as the Drow claim to be.
If it's not a divine figure, what do you think it is?
It is an aberration. It is some sort of disgusting alien creature that has fallen here on this planet. It is not native to this area. It came here at the same time as the Mind Flayers, and is just as responsible for subjugating the Dragar as the Mind Flayers ever were.
Forgive me.
So-
I'm not completely familiar with the prophet's involvement in the subjugation.
Well, he helped the Drow overthrow the Mind Flayers, but when the Drow overthrew the Mind Flayers, it convinced them to not let the Dragar free. And it was the Drow's decision. Remember, the Emperor Under wasn't always the leader. There was a period of Drow involvement after Thandir was first made independent. The Drow used the Dragar as slaves. The only reason that the Drow freed us in the last conflict was because that was the only thing that could overthrow the Emperor Under by destroying the Black Spire and his mode of control.
Right.
So the Drow are used to our subjugation, and they will work as hard as they can to subjugate us once more. It is our responsibility to fight back and not allow that to happen.
Right.
So, how would, hypothetically, if we were to help you in any way, what would you want of us?
You can't help us. You can't be our saviors. We can only help ourselves.
No, that's a fair point.
You can stand with us, but we do not need you to save us.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
Merely
Unfortunately.
offering
Sorry.
aid if we needed to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the intent here is for a peaceful revolution, and our skills mostly reside in violence.
But you have an
Oh,
ear. But you have an ear to Musai, who has been refusing to meet with me ever since I asked for a position on the council.
Wait, she refuses to meet with you?
Yes, of course she does. She will not meet with the Drigger. The Prophet
Interesting.
If we were,
tells her not to.
That, from her perspective, well, yeah, we spoke to her earlier. From her perspective, it was you that wouldn't meet with her.
Yes, I'm sure they'd say that.
if we
What if
were to
we were to-
arrange this meeting, would you allow us to go about our business here?
What is your business?
Where our business.
I've been told that there is a piece of technology here, or something that you desire.
Well, travels fast.
Well, I overheard your conversation.
Well, I mean, the reason that we came here is simply, just some minor piece of the original Black Spire. Nothing of any particular importance, just part of it.
I see. Well, if you wanted to help, you can. I don't know. I don't trust. I'm not sure if I trust you yet.
Well,
How would we gain your trust?
You could do something for me.
what if we were to
What is
set
that
up?
something?
Sorry.
What do you say, Zach?
What is that something? Is it the meeting, or do you want something else?
There is something I've heard exists in this tower. I want to discover where it is. I want you to help me.
And what is this thing you're looking for? You would kind of need to know if we're going to help you look for it. That's kind of how that works.
What's the word in common? An elder box?
Oh, we've seen one of those before.
I've heard stories of the Mind Flayers keeping one here.
Dangerous things.
Held.
Do you know? I don't suppose you've heard of what happened in Carnia above.
No.
Well, through
I don't know. I haven't been to the overworld.
You've never been to the overworld?
No.
You should go just for a holiday. It's pretty nice.
It's quite difficult.
Yes, all
Right.
the war
Yeah, you
and
just
bloodshed
go
and
through the
boring
portal.
people.
I suppose
Well, it might be easy for you to move around, but the Dragar aren't particularly blessed with the freedom of movement around these parts.
could get you
Oh,
some
why? We
have-
sunglasses and
Well, because we have to give permission to the Drow to enter and exit the city, and if we do not have reasonable purpose to leave, we're not allowed.
Oh, crap. Wow, you are oppressed.
This is what we've been trying to tell you.
not being able to come and go as you please. That's pretty that's pretty rough.
only the Drow in this city are.
We be able to act as intermediaries in a discussion between yourself and your drow counterparts.
That's if the Drow recognize you as a reasonable adjudicator. I don't know why they would. It benefits them to have us kicking up a fuss because, well, every day that we do not start some conflict is that people will eventually grow tired of protesting and leave. They are just hoping that they can
What if we
make our movement die out.
What if we were to loudly demand one? Some form of loud magical illusion that reads out that it'd like a discussion.
Well, the Black Spire is is probably the best place you could do that. The means of transmitting information are probably still hidden around these these parts.
And this elder box you're after, What would you do with it if you found it?
It would be the. It would. Well, I would ideally do nothing with it. But it would be the ultimate way for the Dragar to continue their existence without feeling like there's an imminent war of subjugation against us from the Drow.
So your possession of it would be some form of what, symbolic deterrence?
Yes, of course. A reminder to the Drow to not mess with us, and to force them into cooperation with us. True cooperation, equality. You know?
Can I make an insight check to
Yeah.
see if he means cooperation and
Yeah.
not like?
You can as well, Gira.
Sorry, my buttons are being slow.
That's okay. Chinook, when he says cooperation, he means like for his purposes. So, like, it will be really useful. Gira, he doesn't seem like a violent revolutionary. Like, he seems pretty well spoken, well respected. It seems that all the Drow, like even when Musai was talking about like sort of the Brotherhood, like she still had some sort of silent respect for them, and that they're not just like a rebellion. But you have no idea whether he would ever use such a thing or not.
Okay.
But he says, I hope that I would never have to use it. But it would be the Drow's hand that would force it, you see?
See. Well, we'd need to discuss it beforehand. I don't think
You only
any one of
you
us
either
can just
stand with
say for-
you either stand with us or
I
you're
mean,
against
with ourselves.
Yes, I
With
understand.
ourselves, not so much with you.
Sure, I understand. It is an ask that I totally understand that you might not be interested in taking. It is I mean, we are not your people. You have never been. You have no links to this city, to even this place. The Underdark is not where you're from. It would make sense if you just decided to leave here and never come back. But the prophet of all things is a scourge on this land. The Drow worship it as if it is some sort of god, and do not recognize that the Drow have been led in the past to multiple tyrants and evil people. It started with Theret Sar, and now it ends with Musai.
Would you say this Drow religion is an opiate, perhaps?
I don't know what an opiate is. Only in
they're lovely. You should try it sometime. It's great.
No, we subside on mushrooms in the Underdark. No, there's not many other things that grow here.
Mushrooms of the magical kind, or
Some of them. Well, I mean, we use them to cast spells, components, and the like. So, yeah, so you
not
would say they were magical.
psychedelic for it.
You would. I don't know what that means, but some you can speak to your gods through, you know, that sort of thing. Either way, I digress. So, are you going to help us or not?
I thought we were going to go and talk about this.
Very well.
Yeah,
You can have
I thought
time.
we were gonna discuss
we'll
this
need
through.
to discuss this amongst ourselves.
Well, you know where I am.
We just need
Alright.
someone inside the tower, right? And they're just not going to give us any of it. Why can't we just like chip a bit of the wall off?
We need
Yeah, we
need to be
somebody original.
certain.
Like, this has been built
With
upon
it-
over the years, right? It's
And
not.
he's not going to let us access it until we do something for him. I just want to. Get this straight, right? What's the plan? And he wants us to get him an elder box.
Which is a very big ask.
Yeah, that's a stupid ask. No, we should just go in, take something, and then teleport out.
I mean, I don't.
I assume you
I don't
left.
think the ask is
Yeah,
too
we
big.
left.
Yeah, it's gone off somewhere.
All right, so
Somewhere
you've
private.
found an alley to talk into.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the ask is too big. You've seen the Drow have an army, a police force. They've seemingly got control of the legislature. I wouldn't be surprised if the so-called elected councillors for the Duergar are on Drow payroll. I think they do need some form of deterrence, or at least some form of leverage in order to achieve some form of equality.
I mean, they have a majority of population in the city. I think once they have full
They
They
representation-
don't want
make a
they
history
don't
check.
want
Scripture.
violence.
Do they not?
Make a history check. There's a lot of different races in Tandir.
Is this not
No.
potentially the same thing that that Musai has asked us to procure? Return.
Oh, almost certainly.
See,
So Scripture,
The-
from your history check, just on a base knowledge, the Dragar aren't like a total majority. They're probably about maybe 40 or 30% of the population. The Drow are maybe like 5 or 6, and then then there's like a whole bunch of like goblins and orcs and stuff who also live around.
Right, yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
there's,
Dragar are
there's
the majority.
there's far more Dwagar than there is anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many Dwagar compared to the number of Drow in the city. Surely, once the power is
I don't think
Well-
numbers are the issue here. The Drow have subjugated them before, even when in other times where there has been a majority of Duergar. Now it's. I feel there, and if we are. I feel if we leave this without giving either side of the Elder Box, Musai's just going to march in here with her soldiers and gain the Elder Box. The Elder Box isn't just something that people would forget about. And at the end of the day, it's more of a decision of who we would prefer to have the Elder Box. If we give Musai the Elder Box, then I feel she would use it, but I feel what she believes to be the good of her people, but oftentimes what someone believes to be the good of their people is, in truth, nothing more than subjugation and pain and suffering. I think we should help the Duergar here.
I'm not sure. I think if we either way we make an enemy of the other, or at least risk it.
Well, maybe we should
Well-
finish here for today, and we can talk. Maybe have some chats over the week of what you might want to do. But
Sure.
it's 10 o'clock now, so it's probably a good time to stop.
Sure.
So you're currently in the alley in Thandir, debating what you want to do to gain access to the Black Spire, effectively.
Viva la revolution!
Okay. Well, yeah. So, so Richard, if you
Stop the stream.
stop the stream, and then
All right. Cool.